Bill, you've been talking a lot about sort of what the overlay looks like. What can we expect in a couple of years?
So you originally asked this as lessons learned, and here's what I heard from Hassan was talking about having the pathologist in the middle of designing the solutions and supporting that process. I think what I hear here, and it's exciting to hear, is this shift from people who are managing IT, and we have to manage IT. There's no question about that. That's our jobs. Manage the capabilities, get the capabilities integrated, follow the standards that ONC helps us with, get the infrastructure in place that Pat helps us with, get the tools in place that all of you do, all of you help create. But what we really have to do is remember, and we learned this in the EHR, that we're supporting people. It's not even just human-centered design, right? You hear that, but you're supporting people. So you give them new workflows. And I've heard Mr. Flanders talk about this. I've talked about this. What went wrong when DoD first delivered the EHR? Well, one of the stories is we went out and taught people how to use a tool. What we're doing is we're changing their jobs. You have to think about what you're doing to people all the time. I think that is the #1 lesson out of all of this is what are you doing to people and how do you help support those people and what are their expectations from you? This is another people element. So when you're delivering new capabilities, there's this tendency, and there's my entire professional lifetime, tendency on the IT side for people to never feel like they're done or it's good enough. And the reason I believe that they come to that conclusion is it's like having construction done on your house. You don't want to let that contractor go until it's perfect. So you're gonna hit the checklist, you're gonna go over it 8 times, you're gonna bring family in to help look for nail pops with you. But in fact, if you set a different expectation with the people you're supporting, and we heard that, we heard CI/CD, we heard DevSecOps, we heard things that improve the speed to delivery and the connection to relevance. If you create an expectation that this is going to improve every day from here forward, you're not going to have me coming in doing a massive replacement of your system again, because every partner on here is going to help drive continuous improvement in this space. And so you're going to get more. Then they accept it, they embrace it, and then we can move forward. And then the other huge insight that I've picked up, and truly this was, you guys are all smarter than me. This was a huge insight for me, and everyone talked about it today. If we go back to that automobile and that fuel supply chain analogy, we're really supporting a medical data supply chain here. And we all recognize that. We're getting the right transport in place. We're getting the right analytics in place to look at it. We're making sure, Nicholas talked about there are fewer sources of truth, and we're getting to a source of truth, be that a federated source of truth or not, so that we can all look at the same data, or the right people can look at the same data, understand what that data, and maybe glean different insights, but not argue about what the right data is because we have a source of truth. And then we got, Hassan creating new sources of data through the microscope. I mean, tying all of this together is just transformative for how people do their jobs. And we need to focus on the people doing their jobs. And remember, that's why we do IT. I may do it because I think it's cool, but that's not why people give me money to do it. People give me money to do it because they're trying to support patients and healthcare delivery.